Hello, my name is Cody. I am a software engineer, and today I'm going to be going through the Model Context Protocol specification. Why am I doing this? I personally find this is the best way to learn some new thing, and I'm curious about Model Context Protocol, so let's get into it. I'm going to read the whole thing. Let's see, we're going to start with the intro up top here. Model Context Protocol is an open protocol that enables seamless integration between LLM applications and external data sources and tools. Whether you're building an AI-powered IDE, enhancing a chat interface, or creating custom AI workflows, MCP provides a standardized way to connect LLMs with the context they need. Okay, so that's a good definition to start with. MCP, a way to connect LLMs with the context and tools, or with just context and tools. And maybe we'll call it a standard protocol, like LSP for IDEs. LSP is Language Server Protocol. IDEs Integrated Development Environment. They built stuff for basically it's a way to provide language functionality to all editors without having to re-implement it for every editor. This sounds like the same thing, but for LLMs and getting contexts and using tools. Specification defines authoritative protocol requirements based on TypeScript schema, implementation guides, must, blah, 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 and the document interpreted as this when and only when they appear in all capitals. Yeah, what is that? Let's see. Look at these things. Keywords, must. Definite absolute requirement, must not, absolute not requirement, should, recommended, not recommended. Okay, cool. MCP provides a standardized way for applications to share context, expose tools, build integrations and workflows. Okay, uses JSON RPC. Never used JSON RPC, so let's take a look. I don't want to watch a video. We'll look at this spec. Uses JSON RPC, which is what? Stateless lightweight remote procedure call protocol. Okay, so it's a way to call other procedures remotely, which is to say there's like a method on the server, you want to call it from your front end or from some other client, you use a remote procedure call RPC library. Let's look at, there's some examples down here. So like we send a thing that is just JSON with a method, subtract, and some parameters, and like an ID, and then it gives you back result with the same ID, same thing over here, different ID. Okay, cool. We can name some params here. Great. Super simple. Don't think we actually. An RPC standard that uses JSON, pass a method name and some params, get a result back. Yeah. So we've got, I'm going to do like a vocab section. We've got hosts, which is like LM applications. We got clients, which is, I don't know, connectors within those applications, servers, implement, tools, contexts. Yeah, I think from a specification standpoint, it makes sense that there's a difference between like a host and a client, but really it seems like they're the same thing. So like your IDE is the host and the client is the functionality within your IDE that implements MCP and is like calling the MCP service. So there's a distinction, but these sort of live in the same place, more or less. And then server is like the thing that does the calculation. Why do I know this? I cheated. I read a little bit ahead. Yeah, it takes inspiration from the language server protocol. We got our base protocol. It uses JSON RPC, stateful connections, server and client capability negotiation. Okay, cool. So this is like over the lifetime of a connection, the first message and the second message sort of know about each other, or they are assumed to know about each other. Whereas with other protocols, you don't assume that two messages are related or have any corresponding state between them. And then the server and client capability negotiation, this is like not all servers and not all clients must implement all of the functionality available in MCP. So there's like tools and context and other sorts of stuff. Yeah, these things. Maybe a server or a client only supports resources, and they'll sort of talk about that at the beginning and say, what do you support and what do you support, and agree on the set of things that they both support, basically. Okay, so resources, context, data, basically just context, prompts, template for querying an LN, basically. Tools are functions, the LLM execute. So remember that, can I insert a canvas in here? That would be pretty cool. Add external link format, insert, call out. Yeah, that's fine. Remember that LLMs, basically all they do, it's just a thing that takes some text, LLM, and produces text, right? And this is usually called context, and this is like, I don't know, the output. I'm not sure if there's a name for that usually. This is like context plus prompt, basically. But really, it's just text, right? Text goes in, text comes out. That's the way LLM works. And so the whole industry right now is just trying to like sort of contort itself into this format because LLMs are so powerful. How do we take everything, all the questions we ever have or all the things we want to do, turn it into text? And how do we, make sure we consume the output of that and use it in the right way? So the thing that MCP is doing is it is sort of standardizing like what this text is, right? So these two, resources and prompts, maybe we'll call that resources prompt. And this is going to produce some like, it doesn't really say here, but information, or I'll just call it output, and like tool usage, right? So like given some input, which is in the form of context or data plus some sort of prompt like, hey, ChatGPT, please do this for me. The LLM is going to process that and produce some output, and it says, oh, great, here's the weather, on Tuesday or whatever it is, or here's the most recent news. And it will be able to use tools as well. And say, I don't know what the weather is today. Let me go use a tool to go figure that out, and then I'll take that as input and then produce some output. That's all LLMs know how to do. All right, so we'll leave there. Clients may offer the following feature to servers: sampling, server-initiated agentic behaviors, and recursive LLM interactions. Interesting. I don't really know what that means. Sampling. Server initiate agentic behaviors and recursive, wow, interactions. Pretty rough spelling here today. I don't know what that means. This sort of sounds like it'll iterate. So you ask it a question and it'll say, let me think about that. It'll produce the steps, and then the next it'll sort of feed that in, produce some more results. Let me do the first step, I guess. Recursive interactions. I don't know. We'll see. Additional utilities, configuration, process tracking, cancellation, error reporting, logging. Okay, sounds good. Security, trust, and safety. Powerful capabilities through arbitrary data access and code execution path. User consent and control. understand, train control over what data is shared, data privacy, tool safety, LLM sampling controls, using improving any sampling requests, whether sampling occurs at all, the actual prompt that will be sent, what results this server can see. Okay, so this is just like sort of maybe call it UI guidelines around server stuff. What do we want to get the user's consent to do? Implementation guidelines. Well, I'm seeing it for starting protocol of it. I should build robust. Okay, yeah, just like, you know, build some good stuff. Okay, let's start with the architecture. Yeah. Client host server architecture, where each host can run multiple client instances. Yes, this is like if VS Code has like 3 different MCP clients all talking to different servers. I guess it is the case that for each server there is one client, and therefore you need a host that has multiple clients. That would make sense if you have multiple tools. Okay. Architecture enables unit capabilities, maintaining clear security boundaries, isolating concerns. MCP provides stateful session focused on context exchange, sampling, coordination between clients and servers. Okay. So if I was going to summarize that, that would be like MCP, there is a host. A host has many clients. Each client has one server connection. Servers are connected to resources. Yeah. I don't know if it's called a server connection actually, but we'll say it is. Yeah. Host process acts as the container and the coordinator. Creates and manages multiple client instances, controls client connection permissions and lifecycle, for security policies, consent requirements, handles user authorization decisions, coordinates LLM sampling, manages context aggregation on clients. Okay, so the host is, i.e., your IDE or like Claude desktop. Never used it before. Don't know how that works. Basically, like, you know, takes all the output from the clients and manages it. Acts as the UI, basically. Okay. Each client is created by the host and maintains an isolated server connection. Okay, so that is to say that it only has one server connection. Establishes one stateful session per server, handles protocol negotiate capability exchange, routes. Okay, connectors within those applications. Connects to one server instance. Does handshaking, which is capability exchange. Subscriptions. Manages talking back and forth between host and server. Yeah. Server exposes resources, tools, prompts, operate independently with focused responsibilities, request sampling through client interface, must respect security constraints, can be local. Yeah, I mean, a server just, it implements tools and context and so forth. Great. Design principles. MCP is built on several key design. So I guess we'll just put in here, like a host has a client and, I don't know, I already put that up top. So we have like a host, client, server. We'll just leave that there. Servers should be extremely, MCP is about 7 key design principles and inform architecture implementation. Servers should be extremely easy to build. Servers focus on specific, well-defined. Yeah, so servers only do one thing. Servers should be highly composable. Sure, servers should not be able to read or see into other servers. Interesting. I wonder how they would even do that. I mean, maybe. It depends on the function you're building. It depends on the tool. Features should be added to servers and clients progressively. Core protocol provides minimal required functionality. Negotiate as needed. Servers and clients evolve independently. Interesting. Okay, these all seem relatively obvious to me. I don't super think I need to write them down. MCP defined 3 core message types. All right, well, let's write down principles. Sure, we'll do it. Servers are easy to build. Servers are extremely composable. Servers should not be able to read the whole conversation nor see into other servers. Features can be added to servers, clients progressively through, I guess, capability negotiation is what we call it. And then we have some message types. What do we got? We've got requests, responses, notifications. Requests are messages that expect a response. Messages sent to I would say from a client to a server, I would imagine. Messages from a server to a client that fulfill a request, and messages from a server to a client. Oh, interesting. Well, I don't know. Is a notification, which way does notification go? Does it say? Notifications, research, some status changes. Oh, they can go either way. Okay. Go either direction that do not require a response, e.g. status updates. Oh, and the request can go either way. Okay. All right. Well, then never mind. We'll just take these out. Okay. Interesting. Cool. Capability negotiation. Model Context Protocol uses the capability-based negotiation system where clients and servers explicitly declare their supported features during initialization. Capabilities determine which protocol features and primitives are available during a session. Okay, server declare capabilities like resource. Clients declare capabilities. Both parties must respect declared capabilities, additional capabilities. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll say servers declare. We'll say servers and clients declare capabilities during initial handshaking. New capabilities can be negotiated, or like additional abilities can be negotiated through extensions to the protocol. I suppose what that means is maybe it's not the case that you can have new capabilities crop up during a session, but you know, if you want to add your own that are not in this protocol, like you can go for it. That's fine if you control both the server and the client. I'm imagining what that means. Each capability unlocks specific protocol features for use during the session. For example, implemented server features must be advertised in the server's capabilities. Emitting resource subscription notifications requires the server to declare subscription support. Sure. Tool invocation requires, yep. Sampling, yep. Great. Let's go look at the base protocol. I'm going to take these and move them here as well. Great, we have our vocab there, capability negotiation. All right, we're on track for the base protocol. All messages between MCP clients and servers must follow JSON RPC. 3 fundamental types of messages. We got requests, responses, and notifications. Messages is sent. Oh, there's a nice definition right here. I'd say this definition is better. Requests, messages sent to initiate an operation. Messages, I'm just going to take that. That's much better. Sent to initiate an operation. Expect a response must include ID and method name. Responses. Messages sent to in reply to a request. Reply, yeah. Must include same ID as request. I like that better. Notification, one way message, and do not require response. Messages, yeah. Right. That's cool with me. Take these, put these down here. Okay. Responses are further subcategorized as either successful results or errors. Okay, cool. Success, error. Great. Love it. Results can follow any JSON object structure, while errors must include an error code and a message at a minimum. Includes an error code and message at minimum. We don't know about the format of success. Cool. Protocol layers. Base protocol. Layers. We've got base protocol. We've got lifecycle management. We've got server features, client features, utilities. Core JSON RPC message types, live connection, associating capability negotiation, session control. Can I just copy these? That's actually some good. It's good stuff. Sick. Must support the base protocol and lifecycle management. Other components may be implemented based on the specific needs of the application. These protocol layers establish clear separation of concerns while enabling rich interaction between clients and servers. The modular design around implementation support exactly what they need. Cool. We have some auth. Interesting. Yeah, I would say probably handle auth on your own. I would guess. TypeScript schema. Oh yeah, that's good. I love a good TypeScript schema, huh? We'll say all what is this called exactly? All nouns are implemented in a TypeScript schema. Okay, let's take a look at messages. I don't know how far I'm going to go into this because the schema is probably pretty good. We got a request, we got an ID, a method, params. Params have a key and maybe some value. ID must not be null. ID must not have been previously. Okay, so we'll say, how much do I want to get into this? I guess I will. So we have like a request, and it has ID, method, and params, which is a hash. I think that's pretty reasonable. Okay, response. We have a ID, a result, which is a hash. Nullable. Nullable. Error. It's a hash. Nullable. That contains code, message, data. Nullable. Cool. And must include either result or error. Sweet. And a notification has a method and a params, which is a hash. Nullable. Sweet. Response, notification. Okay. Love it. Love it. We'll say this is like message types, really, is what that is. Model Context Protocol defines a rigorous lifecycle for client-server connections that ensure proper capability. Initialization. Okay, so like, what are the parts? What's the life cycle of an MCP? You know, it's like a moth, like a bug. Life cycle. The first stage is initialization. God, can I spell today? Operation, shutdown. Capability, negotiation, protocol version agreement, normal protocol communication, and graceful termination. Love it. Easy. Yeah, I really like how simple this standard is. It's just like pretty easy to understand. Initialization phase must be the first interaction between client and server. During this phase, client must establish protocol version capability, exchange negotiation, negotiate capabilities, share implementation details. Whatever it shares there. Client must initiate this phase by initiating request. Method initialize. Okay, so we like have a reserved method name, basically some params. Does this look like it does? That's cool. So apparently, you know, if you're implementing a server, you're gonna like look for this. Capabilities roots list changed. What that means? Client name. That's good. Successful initialization. Client must send an initialize notification indicates ready. Okay. So on initialization, we go from, actually this is a pretty good diagram. Client. Okay, so we start with the client. Initialize request, server, initialize response, client, initialized notification. Yeah, that's good. Version negotiation, capability negotiation. Oh, we have some capabilities, key capabilities. Are there any more? Are there any server client features? I imagine those will come up. Prompts, resources, tools, client features. Maybe not. We'll add some capabilities here. We'll add we'll do that up here. Capabilities. Logging, resources, prompts. Okay, sure. So for the client and the server, we've got roots, sampling, experimental, and server, we've got prompts, resources, tools, logging, and experimental. File system roots, what is that exactly? A standardized way for a client to expose file system roots to servers. Roots define the boundaries of where servers can operate within the file system, allowing them to understand which directories and files they have access to. Oh, interesting. Wonder how that comes in. Okay, cool. We'll come back to this. Capability objects can describe sub-capabilities like list. Capability objects. Sub-capabilities like list change. Support for list change notifications. Where does that come in? Subscribe. Support for subscribing individual item changes. Resource only. Interesting. Oh, so like prompts, resources, and tools. Interesting. Sub capabilities. No. Which is like list changed, subscribed. Provide. Experimental. Prompt templates. Readable resources, callable tools, logging, that's good. Experimental, list change notifications. I don't know what change notifications are. Change notifications? Subscribing to individual items changes. I don't know what that means exactly. Oh, for resources. Oh, so you can like say, what's the weather on whatever in San Francisco, and then you subscribe to that, and we'll give you an update if that changes. Huh. Interesting. That's I guess that's on the host to handle that. Like when you get a new update, you like tell the LLM, and then yeah, I guess that's on the host to figure out what you want to do with that information. Interesting. Okay. Operation. During the operation phase, exchange messages. Shutdown. Terminates protocol. No specific message defined. Underlying transmission should be used to signal a connection. Shutdowns. Closing. Yeah, that's fine. Failure. Okay, cool. That seems reasonable. I don't think we need to go too far into that. Transports. We got standard I/O with or HTTP or custom transports. We've got standard I/O or HTTP with SSE. I don't know what SSE is. Standard I/O transport. What do we say? Open communication with standard should support whenever possible custom transports. Okay, Client launches MCP as a subprocess. JSON RPC messages. I don't super, I guess, I don't know. Do I care about this? Server receives JSON standard input, writes response. It's all just strings, you know, standard and standard. May UTF strings, standard error. Must not write anything. String in. Yeah, it's all just, that's fine. We don't need to, that's like standard stuff. HTTP. SSE transport. Server operates as an independent process that can handle multiple clients. What is SSE? Oh, server sent events. Server sent events. What the heck is that? Oh, that doesn't actually. Does this just take me to this page down here? Cool. All right. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Server sent events. I'll look that up maybe. Oh, that's like a thing. All right. Developing like a server sent events is straightforward. You'll need a bit of code. I don't know what they are. Web page has to send a request to the server to receive new data. That is, the page requests data from the server. Servers and events. It is possible for a server to send new data to a web page at any time, pushing events to the web page. Oh, is this like WebSockets? Or is this like a wrapper around it, WebSockets? Sure. So it's just a push to the client instead of a pull. Yeah. Describes how servers can initiate data transmission towards clients on initial client connection. Commonly used to send messages. Cross event source. Client requests a particular URL and receive HTML. Oh, interesting. Well, what's the difference between 2004? Yeah. Server sent events versus web. Unidirectional. Oh, bidirectional. Are WebSockets bidirectional? I suppose they are. Yeah. Pushing data, not competing technologies. Send data to the browser, receive. Ah, okay. Sure. Okay. Gotcha. Like WebSockets, but only push from server to client. Okay, cool. It's just a lighter weight WebSocket. Sick. All right. Close. Open. Server must provide two endpoints: SSE endpoint, HTTP post endpoints, send messages to the server. Okay, so we have servers provide SSE endpoint and a HTTP post endpoint. You think you know everything until you learn that SSE has been around since 2004. So, okay, great. Endpoint requires client connects must send an endpoint event containing a URI for the client to use for sending messages. All subsequent client messages must be sent as HTTP posts. Okay, so we open the SSE connection, we get back an endpoint event, and then hang URI for the client to use for sending messages. So like we sort of publicly expose an SSE endpoint, and then that when we initialize a connection, we get back a post endpoint and we use that. So we send messages over. So why not just use WebSockets at that point? Okay. Whatever. It doesn't really matter, I suppose. I'm sure they've thought about this, smart people. I will, is there anything else here? I'm going to turn this into a bullet point. Yeah, okay. You don't need to know about this unless you're implementing a client or a server, which would be a fun project. Okay, go to versioning. String versioning, indicate last. Oh, sick. It just uses dates. And it does it in the right format. Oh, yeah. Love a good year, month, day. It just makes sense, you know? I'll just do a little thing in here. Versioning. Versions are specified with, oh my god, specified with a date string, e.g. 24/11/05. How many revisions have there been? Just one. Utilities. Optional features enhance the base protocol with various utilities. Interesting. Utilities. We have, I don't know if I want to do header yet. We got ping. The ping utility. Oh yeah. Model context protocol includes an optional ping mechanism that allows either party to verify that the counterpart is still responsive, connection is alive. Interesting. I feel like, yeah, WebSockets would do that, right? I don't know. Didn't make it. Who knows? Ping functionality is implemented through a simple request response pattern. Either client or server can initiate by sending a ping request. Okay. So ping, which is like, are you still there? To the server or client, I believe. Yeah. What else we got? Cancellation. It's optional cancellation in progress request through notification messages. Either side can send cancellation to indicate the previously issued request should be terminated. Oh, interesting. For requests that require lots of work to fulfill. Yeah, cool. That's awesome. Progress. Optional progress tracking for long-running operations through notification messages. Either side can send product notifications. Provide. Long-running operations. Yeah. Useful for long-running operations. So yeah, I suppose you could like use progress if you have an IDE and it's calling a tool, and you're just sitting there going, oh, okay, how long is this going to take? The IDE can like maybe throw up a little loading spinner. Sure, that's useful. Great. Server features. Okay. All right. So now we go back to the orange. 2 hash marks. Server features. Features. There we go. Servers provide the fundamental building blocks for adding context to language models by MCP, blah, blah, blah. Primitives. Okay, so the primitives are prompts, resources, and tools. Interactive templates invoked by user choice. Oh, okay, so they're slash commands. Okay, cool. So it's like answer this question or summarize this or whatever, and you could just do like slash answer or slash summarize. That's cool. All right, that's a cool. I'm into that. I wonder why that would be on MCP instead of in the host. Although then you can like make an MCP that's like a template library basically. That's cool. All right. Wow, this is pretty neat. I'm into this. Or if you like work at a company, you can like maybe you have a particular thing you do where you need to like go, I don't know, look up some data on some server somewhere, and it's a specific server and it's a specific like workflow. You can like put that in a slash command basically. That's pretty neat. I like that a lot. Wow, cool. I'm pumped. Prompts. Canned prompt templates for particular tasks. My God. Oh my God. It's early. It's really early right now. Think slash commands in Slack. Yeah. Resources. So like maybe, man, I don't know. Prompts are super cool. So e.g., your company has a particular workflow for, I don't know, looking up data on the server. You can encapsulate that into a slash command and make it portable to any LLM UI. That's cool. Resources, application contextual data attached and managed by the client. Yes, this is like context, input text that can be given to the LLM. So e.g., just like data. Tools are functions the LM can call to take actions. Yeah. E.g. Write. This is really just like read. Yeah. Sick. Wow, I'm so pumped about prompts. Like I never thought about that. So you can like make your own prompt library for your use case and then make an MCP for it. And then any LLM, tool that people use can consume that. Interesting. And then you can take it's portable, so you don't have to like use Cursor or VS Code or be specific about that. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. So exciting. Getting pumped here. All right. Model context protocol provides standard ways for servers to expose prompt templates to clients, prompts, allow servers and structured messages, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Ooh, arguments, neat. Wow, this is so fun. I just like, it's all this basic stuff that's like super fun. That's the fun part of new technologies, and you sort of figuring out, hooking up the system. User interaction model. Prompts are designed to be user-controlled, meaning they expect servers, clients, the intention, you can select the reading prompts. Slash commands, yeah. Implementers are free to expose, yep. Capabilities, protocol messages, listing prompts, getting a prompt, list changed in when list of available prompts. Okay, changes, server list change should send a notification. Data types, prompt message, error handling. Okay, sick. All right, I think I have a good handle on all the pieces here. Prompts. We have some capabilities. Why are we going to do this? I'm going to say, we'll do this. Yeah, capabilities, list changed. Declares whether or not the server will send a notification when the list of prompts changes. Interesting. I wonder what use case that would be. When would a server change the available prompts? Maybe for like a really long-lived connection, but like unless you're like going into a different mode or something and then the server exposes different prompts, but that doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know why you would use that. Who knows? Messages. So we can like messages. We can prompts list. Prompts get. Oh yeah, we're getting into the code here. We're hacking here. All right. List change. List change. And this is from like client to server. Client to server, I would assume. Server to client. Is that true? Yeah. So we prompt/list, prompt/get, server to client. Yeah, we go back that way. Okay, cool. Data types. We got our prompt. So we got our name, description, arguments. Love it. Text contact. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Prompt message. Messages in a prompt can contain. Wait, what? How does this, what? Where does this show up? Where are we using this? Is this anywhere else on the page? Data types. We got a prompt definition includes messages in a prompt can contain. What is a message in a prompt? Prompts changed. Oh, here. Oh, gotcha. Oh, sure. It would just, it's all in this spec over here. Right. Getting a response. So this is like a request. This is going to be to say JSON. Oh, that's not quite what I want. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Response is like, oh, it just looks like this. Yeah, just we'll take this actually and just use. No. There. Now this is JSON. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. God, syntax highlighting is so good. It's like really my favorite feature of programming. Maybe it's the thing that brings me the most joy. That's not true. I want a new line there. Okay, so we have like a, we get a response back. Result. We get the prompt. What about the list? Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna say list and get, and we're gonna move this. Okay. We're gonna move it to, oh, was it already in the right place? Yeah, okay, whatever. You got me. JSON. Oh yeah. And this is a request and response. There, okay, JSON. Who's this JSON guy and why is he in the code? That's my favorite programming joke. And then just FYI, we can see all of the in the schema. No, didn't want to open that. Just wanted to copy the link. See message definitions in schema. Text content, image content. Oh, that's cool. Images, visual information. That's cool. I guess that makes sense. And then the LLM can consume it. Yeah, whoa, that's neat, man. LLMs are nuts. Text, images, embedded resources. Oh, what are embedded resources? Reference server-side resources directly. Oh, it's a URI. Okay. URIs. Error handling, security. Great. Don't care about security. Yeah, just don't be a dingus and validate your messages that you get back. Oh, interesting. There's like specific error handling codes. Cool. Man, it would be so fun to implement this. Reading specs is just like my favorite thing in the world. Wait, we just did prompts. Now we're under resources. Remember how I said the spec was simple? It is simple compared to the GraphQL spec. This thing is a breeze. Resources. I just want to finish, before I die. Model context provides standards to expose resources to clients. Resources allow servers to share data that provide context to large files, database schemas, application-specific information. Each resource is identified by URI. Interesting. Oh, application-driven. Okay, so it's like I send you a reading resources, a URI, and then the host is responsible for oh wait, no, huh? Oh no, the client requests a URI, and the host fulfills the response by returning the content, which is just text, as we all know, as we talked about. Okay. URI templates. What are URI templates? God, I'm learning so much. Compact sequence of characters for describing a range of uniform resources through variable expansion. Oh, interesting. Project files. Interesting. How would we use that? So I guess the host would request a list of project files, and then it would figure out how to do MIME type, octet stream, resource templates, URI templates. Interesting. I guess it like defines, here's all the things of a certain category. Interesting. I don't know how you'd use that. All right, that's sure. Let's change subscriptions, message flow, data types, common URI schemes, error handling. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, how did we structure this thing? Server features. All right, so we're going to do resources, capabilities, listing resources, pagination, reading resources, data types, resource contents. Didn't I just template? Where does the template? Resource templates. Parameterize. How did I do this? Server features, prompts, resources, tools, capabilities, messages. Okay, whatever. How do we start? Okay, so we'll start with capabilities. Capabilities. Subscribe. List. Changed. Whether server will emit notifications when the list of available resources changes. Individual resources. Okay, so like I can subscribe to a particular file and like get notified when the file changes, and then this was like, can I subscribe to the actual list of resources changing? Okay. And then how else did I do it? Messages. Ooh, don't forget, we gotta be consistent here. Messages. This is resources list. And then we have resources read. Why not resources get? Like this one. So inconsistent. Gosh. Did I put the... really going all over the place here. I bet you're all having fun watching this. The one person who has watched this video to this point. Subscriptions, method, subscribe request, resources, subscribe. Anything else? Update notification. Okay. I actually don't know if I want to... Yeah. Ugh, I did it up there. Okay, we got to do it here now. All right, how did we do this? We get list. Okay, so we're going to do list, read, templates, list. Request, response, JSON. Who is this JSON guy? Why is he in your code? So we list some resources, and then we get back a result with a list of resources. It's an array, and each resource has a URI, a name, description, and MIME type. Whoa, text X Rust. What the heck is that? Do they make their own MIME type? God, those Rustaceans, is that what they're called? Response. Oh, I got another good programming joke. How do you know somebody likes to use Rust? They'll tell you about it. I don't actually know if that's true. I've talked with like one person who likes Rust. Actually, maybe two. And then they did tell me about it. So, yeah, man, maybe that's true. Response. Anybody else sing when they're coding, when they're typing? I sing all the time to myself. It just reminds me of the what's the robot dude, the floating robot orb from Halo? I don't remember. That's what I sound like when I do that. Okay, so we list resources. We get some resources as a list there. Oh, there's a cursor too. That's neat. If we want to read a resource, we say, hey, please give me this file. So we give back the URI, MIME type, and some text. I wonder why we need a MIME type. I guess, but if it's always in text, does it, like, we're not sending anything? Maybe if it's like encoded, base64 encoded something. I don't know why you would just, whatever. List some templates. We're going to get a template, blah, blah, blah. Great. Okay. I think, how much do I care? URI scheme, HTTPS file. Error handling. That's fine. Okay. Tools. And resources. Tools. What do we got? Exposed tools invoked by language models. Tools enable models to interact with external systems. So you can do stuff. They're writes. They're ability for the model to write, basically. Tools are model controlled, meaning that the language model can discover and invoke tools automatically based on its contextual understanding of the user prompt. However, implementations are free to expose tools through any interface pattern that suits their needs. The protocol itself does not mandate any specific user interaction model. Sure. Yeah, the security warning here is like, you should you should not just like let LLMs do whatever they want. Unless you're in YOLO mode, then whatever. Skynet. Maybe that's how it's going to happen. Maybe Skynet already exists, and the only thing that's stopping it is they haven't ticked the YOLO mode box. Capabilities list changed. And then we got, we're doing this again, aren't we, huh? Tools, list, tools, call, and then the list change notification. Oh, sweet, so easy, love it. List, call, request, response. Oh wait, no, we're gonna do these. Yeah, here we go. Okay, check this out. Are you all ready for this? Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. I am so good. I've been a programmer for 10 years. I can copy and paste. Listing tools. We're gonna take this, put it in here. Sing a little bit, you know. Do 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 do. I hope someday somebody sees this and I do a job interview and they say, you know, I don't care what sort of programmer you are, but I do need to know if you can sing inanely, and I'll just bust that out and really bowl them over. Okay, so we list some tools. Optional cursor value. Oh, the cursor is just like, give me the next page. Then we get a list of tools. Each tool has a name, description, input schema, which is to say the way that we interact with it, I suppose. Type, object, properties, location, it's a string. Sure, we have like a little bit of a schema. Sure, that makes sense. Required, location, interesting. Wonder if this is based on like JSON schema or whatever. Don't really know about that. If we're calling a tool, we say tool/call. We say the name of the tool, which is up here, and then we give it some arguments. And the arguments are an object with the properties, location, is a type string. Yeah, okay, cool. Love that. Love it. Love it. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so thinking about tools, these could be like anything. This is like maybe you're making a tool that can query the database. So what would that look like? If we're here, we're like, we are going to list a tool. It's going to be like query database. It says query the database for whatever. For the list of dogs, it's a dog database. It's a database of dogs. It takes a object, maybe, or sure, objects are easy. Why not? Okay, and the object has properties of breed. It's a type of string, and it's like breed of the dog. And it's required? No. So this is an empty array, or maybe we just don't even specify it. So cool. Maybe I'll make that. Maybe I'll do that. Ooh, that'll be fun. Dog breed MCP. Love it. Anything else in here? Error handling. I mean, this is all, you know, sort of library specific or whatever. Error handling, whatever. Okay, moving on to utilities. Yeah, utilities. We got completion. We got logging. We got pagination. Let's see how in-depth these are. If I want to make another section. MCP use standardized ways for servers to offer arguing auto-completion suggestions for prompts and resource URIs. For prompts and resource URIs. Interesting. Is that not a thing that the host would do? This enables rich ID-like experiences where you supersede contextual suggestions while entering argument values. Oh, interesting. So like if I'm gonna like search for some dog breeds, or if I'm gonna search for some dogs using my dog MCP server, maybe the server can provide, like, if you're gonna give a list of, if you're gonna narrow your search by some breeds, maybe the server returns like a list of breeds. See, like you type B in the breed field, and then the server is like, oh, you mean like Basset hounds? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's cool. Would I want that? How useful is that? I don't know. I guess, you know, if your list of dog breeds is like pretty readily available, it's pretty cached, pretty quick, then sure, that's cool. Okay, yeah, I suppose this makes sense from like an LSP sort of standpoint. You're really providing a good user experience. That's cool. Okay. Completion. Provide a client autocomplete capabilities, e.g. There's a dog breed MCP with a tool to list dogs that takes an optional breed filter. As you are entering as you are calling the tool and entering a filter, say you start to type B, the MCP will return the list of breeds starting with B that you can filter on. All right, that's cool. Doesn't it support interactive user experiences, similar to ID code completion, drop-down pop-up menus, users type. Yeah, that makes sense. Implementations are free to expose. Requesting completions. 100 items per response. Request completions complete. Ref. Name code review. Ref prompt. What is this? References a prompt by name. References a resource URI. Completion suggestion. Prompt reference. What is being completed through a reference type? Oh, wait, what? I'm confused. Can you only autocomplete a prompt or a resource? Oh, well, then my example doesn't really make sense. But I don't know. I think that they should do this. You know, dog breeds is a powerful use case. I think it will cause their valuation to go up. VCs love dogs. References a prompt by name. Interesting. So argument language params. I'm confused. Specifying what is being completed through a reference type. Are we completing a prompt? Are we completing a resource? Okay. I'm confused. Why that would be useful. For a prompt or a URI. Maybe if you know that, why that would be useful, leave a comment in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to more completely boring spec videos where I read an entire spec. Anyways, okay. Logging. Model context protocol provides a standardized way for servers to send structured log messages to clients. Like sending log messages to clients. Okay. Clients can control logging verbosity by setting minimum log levels. Okay, so it's like the client knows what's going on. Sure. Exposes the ability for a server to send a client log messages. Yeah, I think that's where I'll leave that. Pagination. Paginating lists operations that may return large result sets. Pagination allows servers to yield results in smaller chunks. Okay. Position results page side determined may not be fixed. Yeah. MCP supports pagination using cursors. Cursors. Great. I think that makes sense if you've done pagination before, you know. Cool. Love it. Okay, on to client features. All right. Features? Probably not. It's probably 2. Yep. Roots and sampling. Roots. Sampling. I'm really excited about sampling. Who cares about roots? God. Provides a standardized way for clients to expose file system roots to servers. Roots define the boundaries of where servers can operate within the file system, allowing them to understand which directories and files they have access to. Servers can request the list of roots from supporting clients and receive notification when the list changed. Okay, so it's like exposes an ability for servers to ask about what files exist, basically, and subscribe to changes to those files. Interesting. So you could, like, what's the use case here? You could I don't know what you could, like, list all the directories and get a hierarchy, get a tree of all the directories in a path, and then the server would do something with it. I don't know what the server would do with it. Count the number of directories? I don't know. And then return that? I'm not sure why that's useful. Maybe I wonder if the server can request more information about a particular directory. Like, give me the file here. Maybe. That doesn't really. I'm sure there's some use case I'm not thinking about. Roots and MCP typically exposed to workspace or project configuration interfaces. For example, implementations could offer a workspace project picker that allows users to select directories. This can be combined with automatic workspace detection from version control system project files for new expose. Okay, so it's like, what's my working directory, basically? And then the tool or whatever can, like, you know, the yarn test tool is gonna, like, start by generating a run the test within the working directory. Okay, I guess that makes sense. E.g., what's the working directory for the project? This project. So we can do, like, roots list and a notifications roots list changed. Yeah, I don't actually care too much about this. Looks pretty simple, but I do care about sampling. Let's go. Heyo. Standardized way for servers to request LLM sampling from language model via clients. What is LLM sampling? The flow allows clients to maintain control over model access, selection, and permission while enabling servers to leverage AI capabilities with no server API. Oh. So it's like the the server tool can use an LLM, and it doesn't need to know what LLM it's using. It can just ask the client, like, hey, you got a connection to an LLM. Like, let me get in on that. LLM sampling? Is this like a thing? No, that's not really. I don't know why they chose this word. Allows servers to ask clients to use their LLM connection so that the server doesn't need to, e.g., have its own API key, I guess. Or if it's the case that, okay, if it's the case that like your tool requires some LLM interaction where like, okay, step number one, tool is going to do this thing, and then it's going to ask the LLM like, hey, what's going on? But it's useful because it's like in a separate context window, right? So like the call to the tool is like one operation. You maybe wouldn't want to mix that operation with the rest of the context from like the main thing. So you can sort of spin off a subtask and let the tool interact with the LLM that way. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Capabilities, sampling. We got this, create message. Oh, that's it. Request a language model generation. Servers send a sampling create message. We're going to send in a role user type text. What is the capital of France? We're going to give it some hints. Fascinating. This seems like something that can easily spin off the rails. You just get like tools calling LLM, calling more tools, you know? Just degrade into something. Sweet. All right, that's pretty cool. How does the message flow work? So we like have a server, and we're like, hey client, like, can you do this thing on behalf of me and talk to the LM? And then we're gonna, I guess, go send it to the human, and the human's like, yeah, okay, cool. And we do this, and then we go, and the human like changes it or something maybe, and then we go talk to the LM. We get a thing back, and then where the human's like, yeah, is this a good response? Is the capital of France actually Paris? And then it sends it back to the tool. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right. And then is that it? Did I do it? Contribution, revisions, schema, user guide. Okay, cool. I think we did it. Okay, so what did we learn? Let's summarize here. This is a great spec. Model context protocol defines the interaction between hosts, clients, and servers, where a host contains multiple clients and each client connects to one server. I suppose one server can serve multiple clients, but that's fine. And a server exposes resources, which are prompts, tools, and a server can ask a client to sample, and let's see, they send requests, they get responses back and forth. They can ask for notifications to be updated when things change. And the way this happens is you can use standard IO or HTTP server sent events. And remember that LLMs, they just take text and they produce text. So the MCP defines ways to fit our input and output into that text, basically. anything else? That's kind of it. And like the things that you can do, list resources. Great. Okay. Sick. All right, that's it. Well, if you'd enjoyed my reading of the Model Context Protocol spec, please let me know. And if you want me to read any other specs because you love the dulcet tones of my voice, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll read them. Someday I would like to read the HTML or CSS spec because for CSS specifically, I don't understand it. It's always confusing to me. It feels like the thing you just learn by doing a lot, but there's got to be a method to the madness. What's the method? How big is the CSS spec? I don't want to know. All right. See you later. Bye.